Boys, my name is Breda Lonergan. I'm a doctor here in Kylcore Clinic in Tipperary Town. I want to thank you and all at the Abbey for the enormous effort and sacrifices you are making in the battle against COVID-19. I know that in the Abbey School in your first term you did an amazing job in keeping yourselves, your vulnerable classmates and teachers, and ultimately our community safe from COVID-19. This was a fantastic achievement, so well done and thank you. Of course, your challenge now is to keep it up. Last March, when we first appealed to young people to help with this battle, we asked you to make all these sacrifices, not for yourself, but for the sake of the elderly and vulnerable in the community. You stepped up along with everyone else, and we managed to keep our community here in Tipperary Town very safe. The hard thing now is to keep all this going, and my message to you now is that your hard work is no longer just for the elderly and the vulnerable, but also for yourselves. You don't want to catch COVID because we know now that some young people can get severe disease, and also that people can get sort of long-lasting unpleasant symptoms. So you definitely don't want to catch it. But more importantly, if we can manage to suppress this virus, you will be able to get back to school, back to your sport, back to all your normal activities, everything that you're missing out on. So the sooner we suppress this virus, the sooner your life gets back to normal. So my message is, keep it up, even though, like me, you are tired and fed up with it. We do have some good news, and there is some light at the end of the tunnel. We will be starting to vaccinate the over 85-year-olds in Tip Town next week. I can't tell you how excited and empowered we feel about that. We expect to have the over 85s vaccinated by the 1st of March, and from then work down through all the age groups. Now, your vaccinations are a long way off, and I can't say when you're going to have your vaccinations, but I do know, and I can definitely say, that getting the elderly vaccinated in the next month or 6 weeks is the first and major step towards your lives getting back to normal. So what are we asking you to do still? Continue to stay at home and stick to the rules. Stay engaged with your school and your classwork and your friends. I appreciate that this can be difficult at times. I strongly advise you to keep to the routines that you normally would have when you are going to school. So get up, get dressed, eat meals and snacks at the same times as you normally would. When you were at school, you were usually moving around between classes, so you get a chance to stretch your legs, stretch your back. I think it is very important at the moment to take a few minutes between classes to stretch your neck, stretch your backs, open a window, take a drink, jog on the spot. Something that will just change your posture. You are all growing boys. Your necks and backs are very prone to strain. So it is very important to have a supportive seat and to stretch your necks and backs between your classes. I could demonstrate, but it would probably turn into a comedy act, so I won't. Your PE teachers, I'm sure, will help you with some exercises. This is most important for the Leaving Cert boys. Other exercises also very important to keep you healthy, stress-free and focused. I know that most of you are used to team sports, so exercising alone is a big challenge. But there are lots of things you can do within your 5K. Even a brisk walk is good exercise. It doesn't have to be high intensity. Again, I'm sure your PE teachers will have plenty of suggestions for you. Remember, contact your GP if you have any symptoms of COVID disease or you think you might have. The main symptoms still are cough, breathlessness, fever, loss of taste or smell. However, we also like to hear from you if you have an unusual sore throat or sinusitis, or if you're unwell in any way and you're not sure what's going on. We'd like to hear from you. We also would like to hear if you have had contact with a case or you think you might have had contact. For the exam students, I would really implore that you don't add to your stress by listening to all the media speculation about your exams. Just believe and trust that the government and public health want to make the safest and fairest decision regarding your exams. Because the situation is constantly changing, they don't want to make a decision now that won't be valid in June. So your job is to stop this uncertainty from becoming another stress in your lives. Let your teachers and the Department of Education worry about that. Remember everybody, when you are back in school, you will have to do all the same things that we asked you to do in the first term. Wear your mask, keep your distance, wash your hands, cough into your elbow, and stay at home if you're sick. Most importantly are the hands. And remember, keep the hands clean and keep them away from your face, from your eyes, nose and mouth. Thank you, well done, and keep up the good work. And the best of luck to the exam boys.